Hi yarn lovers, it's Gary and I'm in my living room coming to you once again from Vancouver, Canada. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Saturday, January the 4th, 2020 and this is video number 24. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Michael's purchase that I made here down at my local Michael's store of yarn. In particular, it was yarn that comes from a Lion brand called Mandala Tweed Stripes. I'm looking down because I have it all set out to show you. So I was quite surprised when I walked the yarn aisles just before Christmas and I saw that they had this promotional shelf unit devoted to the Mandala Tweed Stripes. And I'm going to backtrack here to give you a bit of a history of like my drawing to this particular yarn. So I saw on my favorite YouTube channels that some of the YouTubers out there were unboxing and doing reviews on this particular yarn collection, and one of them was Ross from Smells Like Yarn. He showcased it first that I had seen, and he also knitted up one of his Ross hats, and it just looked fantastic. So I was already hooked after seeing that video clip. And then Crystal from Bag a Day purchased them as well and did a review, and they were both very helpful YouTube clips to get me absolutely thrilled about the yarn. And when I was looking on lionbrand.com, I did see that they had a December 45% coupon that you could get on your whole entire purchase. So it was across all of their merchandise that you could use this coupon. And I thought, great, I will get them all now. So I chose 8 of my favorite colorways and was ready to enter the code in and purchase the yarn. And I saw that the shipping value was $30 US. I was absolutely floored. I thought to myself, yeah, if I go ahead with this, it's kind of like it wasn't on sale at all, but I kind of get my yarn, you know, what should I do? And I thought, nah, let's just not buy the yarn, because that is a steep price for shipping. For the transaction, 30 US translates to like maybe 45 Canadian dollars. So I did think about not doing it, and I decided not to. But on this particular visit to Michael's, I was thrilled to see that Michael's was a little bit more proactive in getting more contemporary yarns, and they had a whole shelf unit full of the Mandala Tweed Stripes. I was like, yay, jumping up and down in the store. Oh my God. And you know what the best part about it was that they were on clearance. So I don't get it, but I'm a consumer and I will love the savings. So thank you very much to Michael's. So without further ado, these are the colorways that I got. The brightest colorway that I got in the Mandala Tweeds, they come in these cakes, was the Talisman. That's a pretty good representation of all the colors. Just a wonderful squishy yarn, very soft. You could make a scarf out of this. It wouldn't be a problem to wear against your skin. It's very, very soft. A little bit about this yarn is it's 100% acrylic. You get 150 grams in each of the cakes, and in that you get 390 meters. They are classifying it as a medium 4 weight, which I would agree, yes, it's a medium 4, and they're suggesting or recommending knitting needle size of 4.5 millimeters or crochet hook 5.5 millimeters. This is machine washable and you can tumble dry it, and it is a product of or made in Turkey. There's the specifications should you like to have them captured. And when I was watching my favorite YouTubers talk about this particular yarn, they were saying that it was colorways from the regular mandala series that they have, and they've just chosen 2 of the colorways and they twist them together into a marl tweed fashion here. So yeah, it's kind of like a neat idea. I would love to know what kind of colorway mandalas that they chose for each of these ones here. This one is called Cat's Eye. It's a lovely one. I like this one a lot. So this one here is called Wishbone. So what we have here in the naming convention is that the whole collection is theme based on fortune or positive vibes, luck. I really like that concept. And this one here is called Knock on Wood. Ooh, that's great. A little bit of a bath happening there already. Go back in. And the others that I have, I bought 2 of, just to show the difference in each of the cakes. So this one is called White Elephant, and the cakes are looking very different. So if you were to do a project that had to use 2 cakes in the colorway, you might actually get a join showing up. Depending on where the mandalas actually begin their twists in each of the colorways and end, you could get very, very diverse looking yarns. I did try to get centers that matched as well. This is the colorway Buddha. And still they look slightly different. Just turn them around so you can see. These 2 are probably the closest ones that I matched. And so looking at my price point here, each of the cakes were $9 each, and I purchased them for $6.99. So that's a savings of 30%, which is pretty good. And I also picked up a Caron Latte Cake. I have a few of these in my stash that I have purchased from Michael's before, but not in this colorway. This is called Shocking Teal. And what can I tell you about this? It is considered a bulky 5, and they're suggesting knitting needles of 6.5 millimeters or 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. You can machine wash and tumble dry this. It's 58 acrylic and 42 nylon, 250 grams in the cake, which gives you 485 meters or 530 yards. It is made in China. Yep, made in China. And on the ball band, I'll just show you the stats in case you need to have them for whatever reason. On the ball band they have like mittens, and I'm thinking that might be a great idea for next Christmas. So I'll knit up and crochet up a set of mittens and see how long it takes me. If it doesn't take too much time, I will do mittens for next year. If it does, I might have to readdress what kind of gifts I'm going to create for next year. So that Caron cake was originally $12.99, but I picked it up for $4.97. It was a great savings. That's over 50% savings. I also got my first ever faux fur from Loops and Thread, and it's in the collection called Fur. And in this bowl you get 70 yards, 64 meters, 100 grams, and it's hand wash and lay flat to dry for the instructions. It's classified as a super bulky 6, and they're suggesting 9mm set of knitting needles or a 10mm crochet hook to work this up, and it's made in China, 100% polyester. So I'm thinking this would be great for trimming, edging, making pom-poms. So if you're making a hat, maybe you could line the hat just around the rim with this, or if you're doing a scarf, maybe just on the ends, or maybe the whole entire edging of the scarf. You can make pom-poms. So no, I'm not really sure what I'll use this for, but there are a few ideas. Now the price for the faux fur was originally $9.99, but I got it for $7.99. So that was another great savings. And Michaels, what they do, which I think is a great customer service on their receipts, is it tells you how much you save. So I saved $48.08. That's incredible. Oh my goodness. That is about the price that it would have cost me to ship just the 8 yarns from Lion Brand down, I believe, in New York. They're in New York, where their warehouse is, to Vancouver, Canada. So I'm glad I didn't go that route. I stuck to my guns and I waited it out, and I was quite fortunate that Michaels had done something very sort of like unusual for them, is to get a current yarn that is quite a new yarn into their stores. So that's all I have to show of my haul, and I wanted to just do a little bit of housekeeping and say that I'm not affiliated with any of the stores that I've mentioned or any of the brands of the yarns that I've showcased. I've purchased all of this yarn with my own money, and these are just my honest opinions of the yarn. I would love to hear your comments on how you've handled these yarns, or if you've come up with some great ideas, what works for the yarns, because that's a great sharing that we have right now with our yarn community. So if you have any comments or suggestions on the yarns that I've showcased, please provide them below. Yeah, and I guess that covers it. So if you've enjoyed this video and you are a new viewer visiting my channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the like button, leaving me a comment, sharing with your yarny friends. All of that is well appreciated. Thank you so much for doing that. And to all my subscribers who come back, welcome again. I love getting your comments, so please continue providing those. And I just wanted to talk about this sweater before I run off. So this is a zip up cardigan that I got from my fabulous father-in-law, who is a curler and was invited over to Scotland to represent Canada in some capacity. I'm not too sure what the tournament was called, but it's a tournament that involves Canada and Scotland, and every so many years, I think 4 years, they invite guests to either country, whoever's hosting, and they get to curl. And so he went into this yarn store, I guess it was like a garment store, which sold a lot of woolen products. So he picked this wonderful cable sweater up for me, and I absolutely love it. So it's a winner, and it's quite warm, so it's doing its job. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.